Woo! Okay, and we are back. Public service announcement. The Unk is in the building. UNCS Unk's in the building. Resident Unk Byron is here with the amazing Auntie Stacy.
Hello.
Today we will not N-O-T, be doing Reddit stories. Something else is on our hearts and we want to share it with you.
We just watched
Highest to Lowest.
Highest to Lowest.
Let me call this segment we just watched it so you won't have to.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Call that. Yeah. Spike Lee. Okay. Spike Lee
joint. Yep.
Spike Lee, legend in many's eyes. I would lean more to say the black community, but in many's eyes.
Yeah, I think at this point, I think he has enough notoriety to be considered up there with everybody knows Spike Lee, white people too.
His name,
you know what I mean?
Is a household name. There's
Yeah.
very few people of age, of course. Young people may not fool with him too tough, but
I think they've heard of him.
You heard of Spike Lee, even if he's like, for a while he was a guy on the Jordan commercials. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, with the glasses and the Mars on the hat. You know,
he's considered to be pro-black,
super pro-black,
and does movies dealing with racial tensions head on, which is why I think he was looked as a hero in that way, because to be pro-black and get to the movies to that level, because a lot of times we watch quote unquote black movies and it's only for a small group of people, and he got it to be out there mainstream.
He was a voice before there was a lot of black voices, if I can say that, especially from a director level. You gotta think about films that hit quote unquote mainstream with majority black cast that were young, dare I say hip, at that time. Was this early to mid 80s when Do the Right Thing and School Days and all that stuff came out. There was films out there, but he was the one that was kind of like, yo, this is a big deal.
He consistently has a message in his film. So when you're looking at a Spike Lee movie, you kind of have an idea of what it's going to look like, because he has these shots and these ways of filming and stuff. So you kind of expect that. And
wake up.
Yeah, so I came into the movie, even though I haven't seen a lot of Spike Lee movies, growing up in Trinidad and kind of just being too young and all of that. I came into it thinking, okay, Denzel Washington. Okay, yes.
Ice Spice. No.
Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright, fantastic,
amazing.
Let's talk about Jeffrey Wright. Like, people don't know his name, but they know his face. This guy's fantastic.
He is,
when it comes to acting, and that almost is a testament. Just by people knowing his face and not his name, he disappears into his characters most of the time.
I would argue that he is one of the best actors
currently. Yes.
Like, he is up there. He can do anything. And make you believe that that's what he is. That's
who he is. He can be educated. He can be dumb. He can be kind of hood. He can be old. He can have an accent. I think he was in James Bond, right? With the accent. Like,
he's fantastic.
He killed it.
Like you say, he melts into the character so much so that you forgot that you saw him in the other thing, because he's a completely different person. Denzel, on the other hand, is known for being Denzel in all his movies, but we love to see him, know, and he chooses a specific type of character consistently. He'll have his off ones here and there,
Cop,
but
dad,
we look
detective.
at him to be, a certain type of guy. And then you have ASAP, which we've never seen him, but I was interested to see him.
Has he never acted before? I don't think so. You're right. Okay, go ahead. I don't think I've seen anything he's acted in, like, full on. If he's been in anything,
he's been in movies, Monster, Dope, Pop Star, things I have never seen.
We saw Dope.
Did we see Dope?
Yeah, we saw Dope.
I don't remember. Oh yeah, that was good.
It was good.
He was like a main in that, or is he just like a side character?
He was a main in that though.
His face is on the thing, I think.
He was there.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Nothing I've seen.
Yeah.
So maybe he has a good acting career, maybe not. I don't know, but I had never seen him, so I was interested to see what he was about. And
he had to be good. You didn't even remember he was in the other one.
No, absolutely not. No. Who else? Well, you said Ice Spice, but I didn't care about that or know that she was in it. And that's about it. Those are but you don't need much else other than Denzel Washington. His name alone up there. You hear Spike Lee, you hear Denzel.
It was gonna sell. It was gonna sell just
so
off the strength of those
we were
two.
like, let's watch this thing. Let's check it out. It had 89% on Rotten Tomatoes at the time we watched it.
Oh my God.
Okay. So we were like, all right. I didn't read anything. I didn't want any spoilers. I actually didn't even know what the storyline was. You had to tell me.
Yeah.
So you want to go about the storyline first, about what it's...
Yeah, I mean...
just the main... By the way, there's going to be spoilers.
Yeah, that's what...
So if you haven't watched it and you want to watch it...
And say that.
Pause this and then come back and we can... Okay?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
Quick synopsis of the plot.
Kid. Denzel Washington's child is kidnapped by an unknown person at the time who ends up being ASAP Rocky's character.
Denzel is a
felon, I think was his name.
He was a young felon. But Denzel Washington is this very big producer, he owns a record company.
He owns a record label.
A record label called...
That's about to sell to another company.
Something Hit Records. What was it called?
Stacking
Records?
Stack Hit Records, I think it was.
I don't remember what it was. But it was a record company that's huge, and they're saying basically we're at the point in his life where his notoriety and his stuff is waning off. Like he's getting older and he's losing his
street credibility.
And his artists in terms of making hits.
So effectively, there's a part of the business that has been sold already. And the business became more about the business and not the love of the music that it used to be. So it's like we started out, everything was about the love, it was about the people, it was about making good music. It gets big, he sells a part of it, that company comes in, it kind of changes his role a little bit. Now he's Mr. Bigwig, I got all this money, da-da-da-da-da. They're at the point of getting ready to sell to another company completely, to be bought completely out. Denzel...
he's more preoccupied with the business than he is with his family.
So everything is, when I get a chance, I know
I'm supposed to do this thing with you, but I got to go
work.
So he goes to a game. Oh, was it basketball camp?
Basketball camp. Rick Fox is in there. Forgot about him. Yeah.
And Rick Fox.
So Big Rick Fox is a coach.
Yeah.
Anyway, Denzel's son get kidnapped. Well, goes missing rather. After he goes missing, they find him later that day. Turns out the kidnapper, ASAP Rocky's character, kidnapped the godson. It was not the son. Which was Denzel Washington's number one guy, his driver, his assistant, who was played by Jeffrey Wright. It was his son that actually got kidnapped. So there's this whole spat about, hey, you were about to pay $17 million for your son, and now you find out it's my son, and you basically telling me, kick rocks, have a nice day. I don't want to do it because it ain't my kid. Figure it out. And the guy ain't got no money. So he has a change of heart, which we'll talk about how that transpired. And he helps Jeffrey Wright's character out. They get the son back. ASAP.
And basically, they're just kind of exploring. In between that, they're exploring different themes of greed and music industry and friendships and family relations and things like that.
Right. That's kind of the gist of it. And of course, they get the son back, trans money, da 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 da.
Wow, you really told that story. Like, gave away everything.
That's the spoilers. You said for synopsis of what happened.
I was just gonna, like when you read
kidnapped son, they get him back money.
That's the meat and potatoes.
That's
I'm talking about when you read what the movie's about. They'll be like, this happens. The music mogul son gets kidnapped, ransom for $17.5 million, and the story that unravels after that.
Right.
That's what I was looking for.
Okay,
that's the whole story.
That's what happened. So details.
Right.
What are we talking about first?
So let's talk about Spike Lee doing Spike Lee things.
Spike Lee does Spike Lee things. So
let's talk about.
I remember now. So Spike Lee is going to have Spike Lee shots in the film. He's going to he's going to have these pensive moments of, hey, this character's in deep thought. I'm going to have this pan out shot and these still shots of these moguls. I'm going to view them to see what's going on in their mind. I'm going to
do a speech and everything behind.
Slow motion
I'm going to do a
walk.
Speech that's very important speech, but not a super important character. But I'm gonna make them important by slowing everything around them, focusing in on them.
It's the if you've seen it, it's the Malcolm X shot when he's moving. Well, everything around him is moving, but it looks like he's standing still. So it's just like he's floating towards the camera. They do the track and they move it on the trolley, the whole thing. But he does that in this film too. Like everything that Spike Lee is known to do in his films from the past, he did it here.
That's normal.
Yeah.
What was beautiful about this movie for me was the shots of New York. He made New York look magical. He did beautiful shots of New York, and we know New York is also beautiful, but also dirty.
Don't go too low.
Okay. But
Stay on high.
He did the highest points of New York to me. Even the subway looked pristine.
It was clean down there.
You had homeless people in there, but it was the cleanest subway I had ever seen.
Yeah.
In New York or anywhere. And he did. It was like a love letter, an ode to New York. Like the light ups, like when Denzel's character went out on the balcony to talk to Jeffrey Wright's character. I don't remember their names now. The
David King.
What do you call the
skyline?
The skyline was gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. He made New York look so good.
Yeah.
And that's about all I liked in this movie.
Say it ain't so.
It was absolute and complete torture.
Storyline. Talk about it.
The storyline was fine. The base storyline of the story was completely fine.
Apparently, it was a remake.
It was a remake. So, we're touching on.
How do you mess up a remake?
Trying to do your own thing and not making sense. When I tell you, first of all, the music.
Talk about it.
The music. The first song that comes on, the singing is jarring. It's crane shots and drone shots of New York.
Nice shots.
Beautiful shots. And this man is singing in an off-Broadway, side-of-the-street version of Oh, What a Beautiful Morning. Like that. Literally. And it was like, okay.
It was very jarring and weird.
And that face I just made was every song he played was like,
there was only one scene in there where I was like, okay, I don't mind you playing James Brown Big Payback right now. Everything else felt off. Like, why did you select this song? He needed a whole music supervisor to be a different person.
Like I was telling you earlier today, it felt like he had like songs on a wheel. He went.
This the Wheel of Fortune
that
on
song
there.
Doesn't matter if it matched. And I know there's a style that happens.
There.
Sometimes you're watching a very violent scene where people are fighting a war and they're playing classical music, and it's like, whoa, what is this? Or they're playing some kind of song that this sounds weird, but somehow
it works.
They make it match, and this just took me out of the movie.
I think
in ways that it just was annoying.
Yeah.
Rather than that's an interesting choice, because I could appreciate an interesting choice. Oh, okay. It was just like, why are you doing this?
I think that
that's number one.
There's a tonal thing, even when you say that it doesn't match the moment. Like if somebody's cutting up somebody like on some Kill Bill, somebody, go Johnny, go. Right. Like it's a moment where the energy is still high.
Yes.
It was weird because it was kind of like the energy did not match what was happening
at all in any way,
like
shape,
at
or
no
form.
point other than the James Brown big payback moment when he passed him the gun. Outside of that, it was like, why is this flight? It was on the nose though. It was on the nose
for it to make sense.
But there was this kind of like this flighty. What's the word I'm looking for? It was just very this
garbage. I think that's the word.
Like when he was walking, I'm like, this is a kind of serious moment. He has the money. He's walking. They finna go into what would be a tense situation.
Hey! And you're like, what's happening?
And I'm like, this movie, the music that part wasn't terrible, but it was just kind of like, this don't feel right.
No.
And when music is not right on a movie, it takes you out.
Mm-hmm.
I
never realized that. I've actually never realized how important the score is to a movie till this very movie.
They needed the RZA. They needed the RZA to come in. RZA from Wu-Tang kills scores. He kills
he's actually
scores.
Like super smart. He's
that part.
He teaches. He's an instructor at Harvard or something like that.
So yeah. So I don't know where it is.
He's very brilliant.
He's a
he would have done a good job.
He's a smart guy. Just playing. He's a smart guy. But he's consistently done the right thing when it came to music selection. And he's one of those people
to evoke emotion, not piss you off.
Yeah, but he's one of those people who will put a hip hop record behind a feudal Japan fight scene, and it's kind of like, yo.
Because the energy is matched, like you said. Like even when they slow down a fight scene and they play classical music, because there's an art form to what is happening. So you can slow it down and see the beauty of it.
Something was off, bro. The whole movie, something was off. And it took you out of the other part was I did not like the acting.
No, there was no acting.
I didn't. Trey. It felt like they was doing some Gone with the Wind type stuff.
It was. I felt like it was okay. This is the run
worse.
through. This was the run through. I'm gonna just say the lines, and you're gonna say your lines, and then when we're filming, we'll do the actual emotion.
Right.
It felt like a 12-year-old. Well, Byron, you said it felt like AI wrote the script, but it also felt like they were directed because Denzel and Jeffrey Wright. You don't have to teach them. You just give them the thing and let them go with it. Jeffrey Wright is a masterful actor.
Excellent.
So you gave him the acting was so poor. I'm gonna say this, and I can't believe I'm saying it, but it made me miss Tyler Perry movie.
Oh, shut up!
I was like, Tyler Perry. No, Tyler Perry might have the wigs. There might be holes in the storyline.
All over the place.
Ridiculousness.
I mean, Swiss cheese.
The random twists and turns at the end just for the sake of that. He might have a lot of nonsense going, but the acting is never bad.
He does have. They got to get it right.
And the intensity of the scenes are there.
If you shoot the whole movie in 5 days, they got to get the acting right.
Well, I now appreciate, guys. I now appreciate what Tyler Perry is able to bring to the table, because it's not always about, okay, the storyline is complete and succinct and no holes in the plot and stuff like that. It's about the evoking this emotion and wowing you and you being thrilled and being like, whoa, I can't believe that happened, and leaving you thinking and having people talking about specific scenes that he would do. Man, this was just torture. And I'm like, why would you? What? You spent all the money on Denzel and you didn't have time to develop,
bruh. It was
why
too
did
many
you direct
moments.
them, Spike Lee? Why did you direct these brilliant actors to act this way or not act?
It felt like Denzel Washington was playing a caricature of himself.
Poorly.
It was like Denzel Washington pretending to be Denzel Washington playing a character on a movie. Like what's his name? C. King does one of the greatest Denzel impressions. The kind of like the guy with the dreads.
Yeah.
He kills Denzel, but that's what it felt like. It felt like it was a person playing Denzel, giving us all the things that we like to see Denzel do, because Denzel needs to be Denzel in this film.
He didn't even do it like well.
Right, but I mean, well. I'm like so it's like I want you to suck the back of your lip on this part. It was like he was doing stuff, and it's like,
and Denzel can't
do no wrong.
He can. He just did it.
He did, though.
I was embarrassed for him.
Oh, don't you say it.
I know.
Don't you say it.
I've never been the hugest Denzel fan, but I'm not a fan. Does that make sense?
Right.
I will watch a Denzel movie. I don't dislike him, but he's always the same guy to me. He's like Will Smith. Like,
I'm going to give a better one, though.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. I like the character Samuel L. Jackson chooses to play.
Yeah.
He's the same guy pretty much all the time,
but very
he
enjoyable.
Kills that guy.
Yeah.
And I love to see him on Django, because it's like, I can do this, by the way. Don't forget I am who
very
I am.
Well. Don't forget.
But he's doing a great job acting as what he's acting as, right, which is him. And I like that character. That's fine to be this. He's typecast as him. Mm-hmm. You pay to see him. He gets paid to be
We're okay
him.
with it. We're all
I'm okay with Denzel doing that.
Yep.
But
like watching Denzel in Equalizer, you're like, you can't do that stuff. But I love to watch it because
great.
It was awesome.
The last one was great.
But I'm going to say this. Well, I'm going to move to one thing. I know we're not done with the acting because that was really bad. You know who acted the best in this? Surprisingly enough, ASAP Rocky.
Yeah, he probably.
Some scenes were disgusting. Like poor. Not disgusting, but poorly acted. But I believe that that's how he was directed.
Followed by Ice Spice.
Stop.
I'm just playing. She
had one line.
Seconds.
Why would we even talk about her?
They put on the list like she was a part of the movie.
Like she literally had one line. She was there for 20 seconds.
Nice to meet you. All right. And
you better believe it, or whatever she said, and that was it.
Something like that. You'll be seeing me again.
Yeah, something like that.
And that was it.
But it literally felt like the run through, like we're running lines.
And they just kept it. Like that was good.
Because if I look, that wife.
Oh my gosh.
Let me just say this. Every character was replaceable by any other person.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't have mattered. Usually you watch a movie and you see Denzel, you're like, Denzel was the only person that could play that. Right. Or somebody with really high, who we think of highly, a really good actor. Yeah. But it was like, this could have been
I didn't like his casting there. And even if he did a good job, I didn't like the casting of his character in this role. Why? Because how old was he?
There was no character development. There was no...
They tried. Like, this is who you used to be.
Yeah, but we didn't see them happy. We didn't see him rising up. We didn't understand who he was to be shocked by his decisions. So it was just...
I'm going to tell you why we were shocked by his decisions. We were shocked by his decisions solely off of the characters that Denzel used to play. We're always seeing him. We've seen in the movie, he's like this family guy. He's not dismissive to his son. He went with his son. And then he bounced out.
Yeah, but he went with him to there and he talked to the coach a little bit. Oh, Rick Fox. Very bad job, Rick Fox. And you're a good actor. He did poorly, man.
Yeah.
Really? First of all, Rick Fox is getting old, which is sad. But I mean, we're all getting old. But he looks... I don't know if his character was supposed to look like that, but Rick limping and stuff like that. I don't know.
He's getting up there.
Because I looked at last time I saw Rick Fox, he was acting so well in that. What was that show with the football show? Come on, and he was Rick Fox. He was himself, Rick Fox.
He's always himself.
He's hilarious. Yeah. No, his character's name was Rick Fox. He was
saying he always plays himself.
Yeah, so he was actually so good.
Yeah.
And in this, it was just like, what is happening? The lines are being read poorly. This is
the point I'm trying to make. Why I think 90% of our problem here with the acting is actually coming from the script.
It's coming from, no, I disagree.
I think so. They deliver the lines. I
vehemently disagree.
But it's kind of like, so I'm gonna give you a prime example of why. I say it was the script that was messing them up.
Okay.
3 detectives, like the Three Stooges. I don't know why it was 3 detectives.
It was the worst.
It didn't need to be 3 detectives. Some of the people didn't look like detectives. I don't know why it was 3. 3 were in there. Denzel walks in. He's like, yeah, I got a lead. They had no help. They had no lead. They hadn't figured nothing out. He was still trying to talk to Jeffrey Wright's son. Hey, you need to tell us everything you know. Da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, look, don't worry about can my son get a break? My son is tired. Can my son get a break? So this is Jeffrey Wright keep asking the detectives, can his son get a break? Because he just got beat up. He was tied up in a bathtub, the whole nine. He was in the hospital. This is his first day in the hospital. So I mixed up two scenes, so I'm wrong about that. Like it. I did. So this is not the time when he was bringing the lead. This is when they were just questioning him. Mm-hmm. So he says, can my son get a break? And then the cops kept being like, oh, no, we need to get everything out of him at this moment. Now, in my mind, I immediately went to, wait a second, when the son, Denzel's son at the house.
Jeffrey Wright brought that up, though.
Huh?
Jeffrey Wright brought that up.
I know, but I'm saying that was my thought immediately.
Right.
And then he was like, hey, well, yesterday, y'all said such and such and such and such. Why can't my son have a break? And it was like, why is whoever wrote this film, why did whoever wrote this, right? Lord, I can't even get my words together. Why is it that whoever wrote this film wrote these cops to be like the Three Stooges? It was just, they was following the line, just being silly.
I want to explain
because they should not have let Denzel's son just go like that when nothing happened to him. That
was a message. Rich boy.
Okay.
Rich boy gets away with whatever. We're just so happy that he's home. Let's take care of him. Poor little rich boy. He's home now. He needs a rest. Oh, go get your rest, rich boy. Well, no problem. And poor boy, whose dad is a ex-felon, is going to get treated poorly because they were very rude to the dad. So that's why.
Back to Spike Lee doing Spike Lee things.
So there was messages in the movie. So, but the other thing that threw me off watching this movie, costume designer, whoever you are, we're
not personal attacking.
You didn't do your job well, or maybe your budget was low. But
they went from the highest to the lowest.
These were supposed to be extremely rich people, and I'll tell you what, and I'm gonna sound like a Tyler Perry fan right now, but I am not. Tyler Perry's set costume, the hair and makeup. The makeup is not bad, but the hair is terrible in Tyler Perry movies. But the clothes, on point. If somebody is rich, they're getting tailored, wealthy
what's her
clothes.
Name? Kelly Rowland.
Kelly Rowland was
a big wig lawyer,
baby.
and she was
like
fly.
Denzel looked like an old man.
He had this kind of vibe.
He didn't have suits that gave him structure, that were tailored at this level that he's supposed to be at, owning Basquiat's and whatever else. He was supposed to be, but his suits looked like from 1990, fitting poorly. His shirts were wrinkly, too big for him. It was bad, and nothing looked good in terms of. Though it kept taking me out. I'm like, this is supposed to be a rich man. He doesn't look it.
The car was it.
The car was about it.
Very nice car.
So those were my set design issue with that, and we didn't really see many different sets. We were at the house. We were at the office. of the record company
Hospital.
and we were at the hospital and we were at the ASAP Rocky's where he lived and where he recorded. That was
in
it.
A little basement spot.
We all know I'm lying. They also did the subway and things like that for the most part, but it didn't feel like we had a lot to except for
some stuff going on. The thing is, it was a lot wrong with the movie, right? The pacing, how lines were delivered, some of the stuff, but just believability wise, it was so much taking you out. What's his name? Jeffrey Wright was supposed to be he was supposed to be a Muslim, and he had a moment when they found his son. Not they found his son, when they said they was gonna give him the money for his son. And I was like,
let's backtrack before you do that.
Okay.
Because what happened was Denzel's son was supposedly kidnapped. So first of all, he came home with his relationship with his loving wife. And he goes out on the balcony. She leaves the balcony, and he gets a call. We don't hear the call. We see him walk inside in the most nonchalant, non-emergency way.
Right.
And comes in and calls the wife and calls out to the wife and says, Trey's been kidnapped. Like
somebody's got Trey.
Somebody's got Trey. It was very poorly acted, and I was shocked.
We gotta be like he was in shock. This is my problem. So I think this is what I really want to articulate. So I thought this is why I said AI, in the script and all this stuff. I feel like it lacked emotion. Mm-hmm. There were moments that needed more emotional weight.
Yeah, he didn't emote anything.
And there was nothing there. And the problem is how it was written. We were supposed to assume some things instead of
seeing it.
Like, you have to tell the audience stuff.
That he was in shock.
Like,
so when you're in shock in a movie, to me, you drop the phone, you drop to your knees, wife comes out and sees you, get back up, then get into action.
It would have been crazier, like, if he would have walked in and not said nothing and just sat there. Something. And had her call his name and like
something, because
you're gonna be quiet and too calm. Yeah. Like, I can't.
It was underacted by Denzel, kid. Right?
It was too many moments like that in that film.
And then so we come to find out later on when ASAP Rocky calls and actually does a pretty good job of acting.
Yeah.
And says, "I got your son." Da da da. We find out, it unravels that they got the wrong person. They got his best friend, who is the son of the driver, Jeffrey Wright's character.
And he called him godson. So it's Denzel's godson.
So let's just take a pause right here to see the plot holes in this. They were at basketball camp and they weren't supposed to leave. The detectives are at this house the entire time. None of them leave the house.
3 of them.
Three of them were in the house.
Who said she was a detective and she didn't do nothing for the whole movie.
Wearing khaki pants and a t-shirt. But anyways,
costume design.
No, fail. So the detectives are standing at the house trying to figure out. No one goes to the basketball camp that they're at. They're supposed to.
It took a while, and the 2 white cops went later and talked to Rick Fox.
But not
the
even
next day,
those.
Right?
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't.
It wasn't the detectives.
It wasn't at the time. It wasn't those detectives. It was some
somebody
other
else.
guys that they sent, which was unnecessary. So Rick Fox says, "I don't know where they went. They probably went out to eat or something. I don't know. It was weird."
Yep.
Hours have passed. It's on the news, everywhere on the news, all over social media, everywhere. The Rick Fox's character, who was the coach, took away their phones, so they left this place. They left the camp to go get food. They both wanted 2 different types of food. He went to get pizza. Friend went to the bodega.
Chopped cheese.
To get chopped cheese. So hours are passing and the son goes missing. Cops are all over the place. All kinds of things are happening. How come the son didn't go back to get his phone and then realize who he's found? Didn't make any sense. Because he said, "I was waiting at the bodega." He's like, "I waited a long."
But he said like 30 minutes. It was hours that had passed. Like the whole news thing that happened.
Yeah.
Where's my son at? Like, they was losing it. Like, unless they was going by actual movie time. In
It
real
didn't seem
time.
like it.
It
Time
felt
was
like
passing.
time was passing.
And then people, because it's all over the news, and mogul this is missing, then the kid is missing, it just kept going on and on. He finally comes home. They're cheering for him. Mom hugs him. Mom is the worst actress in the world. Actually, I don't know if she's the worst actress in the world. She's the worst actress in the world in this movie. Because you see better acting in soap operas. You see better acting in commercials. You see better acting anywhere else. You see better acting on TikTok. Okay? Instagram.
Say it ain't so.
So
Why you didn't get your phone?
The guy calls. He never went back to the school, to the camp to get his phone. They pick him up, cops pick him up wherever he was, I don't know.
Outside standing
in bodega, I don't know, for 17 hours, I don't know.
Oh my God.
Pick him up, which is a stupid plot hole to begin with. Second of all, the guy had called and said he wanted $17.5 million.
How big is this bodega for him not to look inside and see his friend went in there? I'm just curious because I thought they
17.5. They're very small. Bodegas are small. $17.5 million is what this person says in francs. And he's like, I need it tomorrow by such and such time, or else your son is a problem.
You can't get that money out the bank like that. You can't get
in 24 hours
out of
you
the
can't
bank
get 17.5 million cents out of the bank in 24 hours. But okay, let's suspend disbelief for something silly like that. We can get it out of the bank in 1,000 francs because he has to put it in a duffel bag, a old Nike duffel bag, and come by himself to drop it off. Okay? When they find out it's the wrong kid, Denzel's entire demeanor changes. He's happy to have his kid.
I don't care about you at all.
He was like, well, it ain't my kid. That's basically the vibe. Even though that's his godson and his best friend, this man's been working with him for years. He's his right-hand man. So he was like, I don't want to pay $17 million. That's everything we have. I'm not doing that. And so Jeffrey Wright comes to him and he's like,
she was going to do it for your son.
You were going to do it for your son. He's like, yeah, if I would have pulled it together, but for my son, you won't. He's like, that's everything I have. I will wipe us out. And he was like, well, basically, it ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
So Jeffrey Wright's character is completely destroyed. His wife, he talks to his wife.
He? Did you see that? Or you assuming
he was
that?
like, you sulking around the house the whole time.
Oh.
Yeah, basically. And then he talks to so the detective comes in. So anytime you watch, I'm a person who watches those types of movies.
SVU.
When you get kidnapped, SVU and things like that, they tell you don't ever give them the money. And when they do give them the money, it's money from the cops. Not you go to the bank and take out your own $17 million. And so they're like, how do you feel about giving them the $17 million? We'll put a tracker, biggest tracker of all time. This 1990s type big dirty tracker in this bag. Must be heavier than the actual knapsack
like
itself. It's like
brick.
this brick of a tracker that they put in there. And they say you can put your money in there and we'll track the money.
They packed the money themselves.
Yeah, they stood there. Denzel and his wife and the son packed the money in the bag themselves. Makes no sense. This is not happening in real life. But let's just suspend disbelief for all that kind of stuff. He goes to the subway. The two detectives are with him. The boy does this elaborate scheme where he has all these guys
on motorbikes.
Well, he
train to
they
pull the
work the train. They pull the handle. The bag falls out. But what if he had the bag on his back? That wouldn't have worked.
It just shake the train enough.
It fell off. The person caught it, went on a motorcycle. The other detective was following the motorcycle, and the motorcycle changed. The bag changes hands maybe 6 times with different people on motorcycles wearing all black.
There was no exchange of bags. There was no moment where they said, we're taking the tracker out. The money and the bag just disappeared.
Well, they lost the tracker. Let me tell you, that tracker was... The guy did lose them. He was also from SVU, by the way, that actor. And he's not a bad actor at all, and he acted very poorly in this. They were like caricatures of characters. None of the characters had depth. None of the characters have anything but just their lines. They were like, all felt like, what do you call those characters that are like, that the people were doing it on TikTok for a while, where they were just being characters that did a very, what's that called?
That was not the mannequin challenge.
No, those characters that have no real life or purpose in a game. But they just do this one thing.
Oh, you're talking about NPCs.
NPCs. All of these characters felt like NPCs.
Yeah.
Except for the one line that I have. Hey, don't do that. Like, it just felt like very terrible. And so anyways, they chased them through. And all of a sudden, okay, the bag, they do find the guy. And the bag is full of tampons and no tracker. And no money.
It's stuff that just didn't make sense.
They lose the money. Didn't make sense.
So it's a lot of little plot holes, not to tell the whole story, because you're gonna watch it. I know you're gonna watch it because it's Denzel, right?
You're gonna stop halfway through.
There's a lot of little spots like that where it's kind of like, what is happening here? Why did this happen? Even the conversation with Denzel and ASAP Rocky at the end, the first conversation they had, and it was kind of like, you wanted attention, you wanted me to sign you. I'm about to give you a chance.
But that was also a message.
And now I'm going to shoot you.
That's also a message, because
you had to watch this movie. You know what? If you like messages, you have to watch. Let's change this whole thing, because you know what? If you watch it like a Spike Lee movie and you get it for the message and not what's actually being said, then everything makes sense.
Okay, if you only look for messages, then okay. Cops are useless is his message.
Right.
And not doing their job, and they only care about rich people. Rich people have an advantage.
This seems to be the message. Rich people have the advantage.
Obviously.
Poor people are the struggle. They have father issues.
Yep.
We praise people who go to jail or die.
Rappers
particularly. Yeah.
So the boy doesn't die. He goes to jail.
He goes to jail for 25 years.
And he becomes extremely popular, and all the music records are trying to give him a big deal.
We beg for people's freedom who are guilty.
Yep. We just get on a bandwagon, and people are out there chanting free young felon, because that was ASAP's character's name. Let's talk about ASAP's song. Back in the trunk.
No, it's it.
Back in the trunk. Front to the back. Back in the trunk and the front to the... It was bad.
He just kept saying the same thing over again.
Back in the trunk, and the trunk from the front to the back. And I was like, I'm probably too old to understand what's being said.
I don't know if it... Yeah.
Back up the trunk from the front to the back. Oh, maybe they're talking about butts. Your booty.
The girls was dancing.
The girls were dancing.
So, I don't know.
Then they just dropped an actual music video. I tell you.
It was in the middle of the movie. Just a music video just came on. Whole ASAP Rocky rapping the whole entire song. And then it just cut back like nothing happened. Guys,
I was already checked out, right? It's already checked out. And then all of a sudden, randomly, didn't happen in any other scene ever.
Man.
This 1990s
screen wipe. The logo just came
of the
across.
Logo of the Stacking Records.
School, yeah.
Logo of the company just goes across the screen in a most inopportune, random time that made no sense. And Byron and I were like, "What the heck?
What is happening here?" It was so
random. And I was
random.
so ready to turn it off and get out of there, but I had to finish so I could tell you guys not to watch it. And whoever's putting that 88%, it's at 88% now, dropped from 89, is lies. Absolutely, is a complete and utter waste of time.
Yeah, you have to really like it. If you like
the other message, sorry, honey.
Go ahead.
All money ain't good money.
All money ain't good money is a message in there. If you remember don't be a menace while drinking don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. the Wayans brothers. How he used to pop them and be like, message after every little moment. This is what this movie basically was doing. It's like, we're going to have all these... It was a non-entertainment way. We're going to have all these moments where it's like, oh, this guy's too busy for his son. Message, you need to stay at your son's practice because family's important.
Because when he left, your son wouldn't have been kidnapped.
You would have been able to get the food for him and they would have been sitting there right at practice. And then at the end,
also, ASAP kept trying. His character, we didn't see it, but he was saying, I tried. I sat outside your meetings. I found out where you lived. I knew where you were. I followed your son on Instagram. Like, I knew you. And I kept trying to get to you. And then I started to lose hope. And I thought, if I'm going to lose hope, I'm going to make you lose all hope. So now that I've got you and your son and everybody's looking at me now I've got the notoriety. And, well, actually, before that, Denzel did find him in his studio. And offered him, said, I'm trying to work with you. I'm trying to give you another chance.
And he shot him.
Give me back my money and we can work something out. I don't think he believed in that. I don't think Denzel was giving him a chance for real.
I don't know.
They were talking back and forth. Denzel was rapping. It was
weird.
Cringe.
So, for the sake of time, because we don't want to just tell the movie.
Well, we did.
Yeah, we told the whole movie. I don't want that to just be the thing. How do we make this movie better?
Okay, you already talked about it. Recast. We love you, Denzel, but this was not a role for you.
Denzel is how old is he? Like he's in his 70s, right?
He's too old for this.
He's in his 70s in real life, but the character is probably in his late 40s, supposed to, because they got a 17-year-old son.
I think we could, if we had Denzel, who was in Gladiator, we would have been fine with it.
Keep your beard and mustache. Keep it, because
he looked youthful to me.
Old and you had these lines right here, the creases and the crow's feet and stuff start happening.
But it was also the poor ill-fitting
and the ill-fitting suits, because it was like too wide here, and it was just kind of like you got too much money to look like you bought your clothes off the rack. Nothing wrong with buying clothes off the rack, but if you are,
it was off the vintage clothes rack, thrift shopping rack is what it looked like.
That was $2 for $99. Nothing wrong with $2 for $99, because you can get something that'll fit your body perfectly fine. But when you got that type of money, you just don't do it. I needed to see embroidery on your cuffs,
tailored, clean.
I needed to see cufflinks. I needed to see, you know what I'm saying. At one point in time, they're walking from the hospital. I know a little bit about ties. His tie was stopping here. It's supposed to hit the top of your belt buckle. You know stuff like this if you're a millionaire.
Well, you don't have to know it.
Somebody does it for you.
Where you go get your suits at, they will do it for you. Italian suits, you don't have to worry about anything like that. It just looked... Yeah. But anyways.
How do we make it better?
How do you make it better? Recast Denzel.
We're recasting Denzel as a younger individual who would probably be more in line with the age that they're supposed to be portraying, because Denzel is literally probably about 20 to 25 years older than the character he was supposed to be playing. Right?
I think we could have forgiven that if it was acted better, but go ahead.
Yeah, older man, younger woman, but the mom didn't look that young either.
No, I'm saying we could have suspended our disbelief and said, okay, he's supposed to be 50, he looks 70. That's okay if it's acted pristine.
The thing is, we've been seeing Denzel be loving for too long. We've seen him be John Q, and I'll finish myself before I let my son, transition. Like, we've seen too much of him be that guy to come to this movie and be like, yeah, I love my family. And in the next breath, then I don't care. And it was literally like that. Cop came, said, what you doing with the money to help your friend's son? Renegotiate. Renegotiate. Yep. Go back and negotiate. The very next scene. Tell him, Dre, we're giving you the money. And it was like, what is happening here? And I get that he had this moment. Again, Spike Lee did this thing where he put his shots on icons. What would you do, Aretha? What would you do? What would you do, Stevie?
James.
What would you do, James? What would you do? And Spike Lee's doing this. He's doing this. He's putting Like, okay, so this is what you do. Message, cool, perfectly fine. Denzel has a breakdown. He gives a little tears, wiping his eye. You all right in there? Yeah, I'm fine. It's just allergies, whatever. And then, what you want to do? Nah, tell him, go back and renegotiate. Are you comfortable with just saying that you're going to give him the money? Go back and renegotiate. There was no other scene after that.
But there was also no... Yeah, exactly.
There was no other scene after that. It just went from that to the next.
What we're doing.
Next scene was we're in the kitchen. We're going to give the money.
Yep.
So, we needed to see somebody who had the capacity for us to believe, like, yo, I'm about my family. I don't care about nobody else.
Yeah.
Because Denzel's been good too. He's been good too long, with exception of Training Day. It's been,
yeah, but Byron,
he's
you
nice
saying
dad.
that
To me, it was hard
I know
for
to
me.
you, but even if they put that in the movie where he tells his son, it's just family. F everybody else. It don't matter about nobody else. Me, you, and your mom, and whoever it is that you marry.
He didn't.
You need to care about only us.
Right.
And if something happened,
but I'm gonna tell you,
I'll give you an example. If they were at the camp and the coach says, "What I'm really trying to see is between Trey and the best friend,"
right?
And he tells his like, "You gotta kick him down."
Right.
And the Trey should be like, "What? That's my best friend. I don't care."
Right.
You need to show us. It's an easy. The thing about it is, there's too many easy ways to show kinks in a character in a way that's not so on the nose, and we can like, oh, okay, see, he kind of a jerk if you see a scene like that.
Yeah.
And then you could believe that this man, and he loves his money. We need to see him do some underhanded deals,
right? Where
he was like, I was supposed to get my payout like a artist saying, I was supposed to get my payout for $4 million, but you guys charged me $4 million. He's like, that's the business, baby.
Man.
Like,
yeah.
You know, get him out of here.
That's the thing, like,
stuff like that.
But that's the thing. Is like, I feel like I came from the gutter, hustler, New York.
Well, that's when he started talking to ASAP.
He's trying to do that. It didn't work.
He code switched, and all of a sudden he was like, "Yo," he was like, "I was like, okay,
I get it, but it didn't."
But I think that they were trying to show that. But had the script been better, like to your point, the script was poorly written. Now that I'm seeing this, I'm definitely agreeing. It definitely needs to be acted better for sure. But if there was script adjustments where you can show the character developments, where you could be like, okay, so I can see why he's like, he ain't giving up that money.
He was not, and I don't care. Ruthless enough.
Yeah, he was never ruthless at any point, and then all of a sudden come being like, I don't care about nothing and no one. My son is home. Peace out. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
but that and anybody, it could literally have been anybody else for any other character.
Yeah. Because the mom was forgettable. The son was cool. He wasn't bad.
The son wasn't too bad.
He was cool.
His son wasn't bad. The son acted pretty solid. Yeah. He didn't really have a lot of... Well, it just didn't make sense for him to come home and all that. That didn't really make sense.
Right.
Come home late. But...
Outside of that,
what needed to happen, his son needed to be... If that was the case, the son needed to be much younger than the older Trey. Trey needed to be about maybe 5 years older. Son needed to be about 11 for him to be lost in the city, which is why he couldn't, you know what I'm saying, standing there waiting for him at the bodega because you told me I'm going to get pizza right across the street. Right. I'm going to go to the bodega and we'll meet back here in 5 minutes.
Thing talking about going to college and all that stuff.
Yeah, so it just didn't make sense for him to be like, I'm coming home. Like, you saw that, you should have seen people. People would have been like, aren't you the kid?
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's whatever. Like, just to sum it up with a nice little bow, I think that I won't even bring up the other point about the driver's character, but I think there should have been more emotion, because I felt like the whole thing was here's something, here's how I want this person to react, but not here's why a person would move this way.
Right.
I gotta say it. So Jeffrey Wright's character, he should have been ecstatic when that man turned around and said, look, I'm gonna give your son the money. he had a moment where they hugged and he was just like,
he gave thanks to God.
And he went down and he prayed. And I'm fine with it, but I'm like, this was a moment. Bruh, 5 minutes ago, your son was dead.
Right.
It was over. Like 5 minutes ago, it was over. And I get we going, oh man, thanks so much. I appreciate you. You know, I owe you one. I got you. And then after that, it was just like, and I was like, come on, man, give me some tears. Give me some, yeah, I'm a pray, but at first I'm a break down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that was
like I needed him to be like saying, but the weight.
He wasn't the least of my problems.
No, I know. I'm just saying, yeah, like it was stuff like that over and over again. It was just like it kept happening. I'm like, why are you not breaking down in this moment when you should have been overwhelmed with joy? That this is father-son dynamic. They didn't have a great relationship. That should have all more to it.
It felt very 90s in the acting.
It was.
It was 90s acting. And not to insult 90s movies, but if we watch the first seasons of some 90s, or even The Wire or whatever, even 90s shows, they're just trying to get through the lines so we can move the story along.
Movies was an hour and a half.
Sometimes it's just like, okay, let me say this line. Police are talking to each other fast. They're walking, like SVU, they're walking fast. And I'm like, you can't, when you watch it now, you're like, how did we find this acceptable?
And it's done.
Not in every show, don't get me wrong, but it's like, okay, this was 90s.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Not super acted, not very emotional, just... You need to understand that this is what the scene is going on. Now move on to the next scene.
Right. With some random moments thrown in there. What Spike Lee does, what he does. Wake up! Like... yeah.
I think they paid for the reviews to say that he did his job. Oh my gosh. And then you see the critics. Something happened. Because some critics are like, while not his best, still very good. Still, I'm like... What are you guys saying? How you
while not his best him
right
and
now?
then say still?
This person says must see in theaters.
Yeah. I would have accepted just the areas that we talked about. Music wise. I need hip hop played in a hip hop movie. If not, we're not starting out. We're not starting out with New York
rappers.
We're not starting out with "Oh What a Beautiful Morning." We're starting out with Tribe.
Right.
I'm playing Tribe Called Quest. I'm not hiring this guy to do a rendition of this song to sing a cappella.
Out of his shower.
Like
it felt like singing in your shower.
It really did.
Not to insult this individual.
He.
It just felt. It maybe would have done better with like a play.
He was literally singing a cappella. It was just like, what is happening? I was already thrown off. But anyway,
it felt like a play.
Then
in the 90s,
the same music played at the end that was played at the beginning when he was walking with the money. I'm using different keys there. If you're gonna do that, fix the tone of it's too many studies about the key of your music and the emotions attached to them. Mm-hmm. Fix that. You got too much money, sir. I'm sorry, Denzel, you're fantastic. I love all of your other stuff, pretty much. I'm casting a younger person because that was also taking me out of it. Like, you didn't come off hip. I understand that was a part of it, that you were supposed to be like, a little bit, hey, you're removed now. But I would just get a younger man to play this 17-year-old's father. Lastly, there has to be more emotion in it. Stop making us assume and tell us what happened. What happened to the tracker that you all lost track of? How did we get tampons in this bag instead of money when y'all didn't switch bags? The bag was passed from person to person.
Maybe we missed the scene because we kind of was upset at the.
Yeah, we did. I kind of looked
away like,
The thing is, it's too many things that were just happening. And it's too many times I had to suspend my disbelief to make something work. These boys look identical. One's wearing the other one headband. Somebody snatches him. We don't see who. We don't see when.
For ASAP, maybe it was ASAP's.
It had to be somebody who you just know.
Because it couldn't have been him because he's been studying.
That's right. So you're not going to make that mistake of this ain't the right guy.
You would never make that mistake because you follow him on Instagram.
It's
you know
too much,
who he is.
Man. It's just too many
loopholes,
moments.
Plot holes, garbage cans. Here's what I thought. During the movie, I'm having the thought. I think I said it in the movie to you. I said, Denzel is thinking this is my last year acting. I am
gonna be in everything.
I'm just taking whatever comes my way. I don't care how it's being. I'm gonna just take the money and go, so I can go and be my own director and direct my own movies the way I want. You want me to act that way and it doesn't make sense? That's fine. This is the end. I'm gonna just make all the money. That's what it felt like to me. That's the only reason why I would think Denzel would allow this to happen, because. Why? We just saw him in a movie this year, or was it this year? Gladiator was this year?
I'm not sure. I thought it was last year.
It was very recent that we just saw him, and he was great.
Yeah, he was great.
He was himself, and he was youthful, and all the things. So, I don't know. Spike Lee, this was a very big mess. It was when the movie was over, what did you say? Do you remember?
Oh, I said this is a failure.
This is a failure.
It was a failure.
That's what it was.
But again, we have to watch it. I think what just made it clear is what I said. Watch it like it's a Spike Lee film. Like She Hate Me. Wild movie. Crazy concept. It was a movie about whistleblowing, but the whole time this Anthony Mackie sleeping with lesbians, the whole movie, to the point where you forget that it's about whistleblowing. Like,
right.
Message. Okay, I can't watch this expecting a super coherent story. I just have to grab the tropes from it and the scenes and then piece it together in my mind and wait for. I can't do
that anymore.
I don't want to do it now. I'm just saying, like, that's what you kind of got to do to enjoy this film.
You could do that. Like I said, Crash was a great message movie. You could put your message inside of the movie and put it in as a gift to me, so I can see through character development. Stop. No, this was inexcusable. You wasted great talent. Okay?
And money.
You could have given us a better movie than this. And this day and age, this felt like a 12-year-old with a bigger kind of budget, 12-year-old version of what a movie should be, or someone in school, art school, who had about a year to get this movie together, and they strung it together quickly or slowly. I don't even know what to call it. It just was just like a school project.
Yeah.
Type of acting. A play. It felt like a play, and they were like, okay, these are going to be your lines. Let's run through it quickly, and you're being filmed, so just so you can see what it looked like. And that's the movie.
They just kept it. Yeah, I got a cosign. I haven't felt this bad about something after watching it since Coming to America.
I prefer that.
That's what I was just gonna say. I prefer Coming to America.
That's wild. Because that was absolute garbage.
Yeah, it wasn't a great film, but it still had funny moments and a coherent story. And this
zero likable characters in this show as well. This movie.
Yeah.
But
all right. Well,
watch it at your own risk, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Yeah. I want Spike Lee to do better, but maybe it's just time to pass the torch to the next generation, because that type of film, I don't know if it works anymore.
What? The
message film where you're not like the overarching story itself just isn't greatly. It isn't greatly filled out, but you have so many messages in there, so people are like, you get with it. Like Jordan Peele has messages in his films, and his stuff has been studied in college because you're doing it, but the story itself was still entertaining.
Yes, you could
even watch the one that didn't make all that much sense was Us. Was like, that was kind of hard to follow, and like, what really happened here? I don't really know, but you were still.
But even in Jordan Peele's movie, you could watch it in so many different ways.
Right.
That's what makes it so intelligent and
and you
mind-blowing.
get something out of it.
You could literally watch it just for what it is and enjoy that movie, or you can go deeper into the themes and be mind-blown by all of the symbolism.
Why is this rabbit on here?
But
it's for reproduction, and they're doing da-da-da. Like, why did he show like they were breaking down his stuff? You can't break down Spike Lee's stuff like that. It's kind of on the nose.
Why the hell did he have a logo running across the screen?
Oh my god!
He just felt like putting it in there.
Let's stop.
And thank God you told me about that logo, what it was, because I was like,
"What happened?
What is this?"
Yeah.
Because
only reason I knew that is because of the actual screenshot of the preview at the beginning. It had not been shown in the movie before.
Anyways,
at least in my remembrance. Let's wrap it up.
Ridiculous.
Moral of the story.
Don't watch it.
Yeah.
Don't waste your time. I can't get those 2 hours back, Spike Lee.
Right.
That's a song that could have been on there.
If you like Spike Lee movies,
don't watch it.
No, they might enjoy it.
No.
If you like Spike Lee movies, I mean, like how he jump cuts, and you want to see that slow motion, you want to see the cinematography, you want to see
watch it on mute.
You probably could and be okay.
That's it.
I want you all to have a good night. We're gonna find another way to bring some good movies to you all that we watch. I know y'all didn't agree with us necessarily on the last one. Did anybody watch that?
Oh.
Because I know, well, I ain't gonna say y'all didn't disagree, but I heard somebody else say like they didn't like it.
Well, I mean, it's all subjective, right?
It is.
The critics are lying.
On 88%, this one by far.
And even if you read the audience, people saying stuff, they're saying,
I don't know what movies they saw.
This is the first time I've seen a completely different experience than what the critics were saying. Yeah. I can't trust this site now.
No, this was Will Smith's AI crowd. Ooh. That's what this was. Smiling faces.
We listened to Will Smith's record as well.
We ain't talking about that. It's been a rough year for our heroes. For our
legends, yeah.
Our heroes been a rough year for them.
Yeah.
That being said, I want it to be a fantastic day for you. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Please, do your best to find something from. We should have come up with stuff that you should watch. And put it in the comments, and we'll definitely talk about those if you so desire, or even TV shows. Maybe every once in a while, just doing one of these videos instead of just the Reddit. Anyway, have a good day.